So I've shown how to calculate half-life using graphs. Quite often you'll be just given the data. So here's a question that says a radioactive sample takes 12 hours for the activity to decay from 184 kilobecquerels to 23 kilobecquerels, and you've got to calculate the half-life. First thing to do is to get the data down in terms of the initial activity, which was 184 kilobecquerels, and the final activity, 23 kilobecquerels. The actual units don't matter too much as long as they're the same before and after. So you've just got to check that you've actually got them both in kilobecquerels. National 5 always has numbers that will half quite happily to get from the initial to the final. So for half 184 we'll get to 92, and then half 92 we'll get to 46, and half that to get to 23. So you've got 4 sets of numbers, but there's only 3 half-lives. So when you're setting this out, show the number of half-lives by this sort of looping arrow here, because that's 1, 2, 3 half-lives. So 3 half-lives are 12 hours. So 1 half-life is 12 divided by 3, which is 4 hours, and that's your answer. Second type of question that you might get has got the activity for the background given as well. So similar sort of thing here, and in which case we've got going from 274 becquerels, and 20 days later goes to 19 becquerels, but the background activity is 2 becquerels. So your first thing to do is to get the initial and the final again, and this time subtract 2 from both, so you get 272 becquerels is the initial, and sorry, that's 19 there, isn't it? 19 becquerels, and then so that becomes 17, and then that halves, so it goes 272 halves it to 136, and then that halves to 68, and that halves to 34, and then finally gets to 17. So we've got halving once, twice, 3, 4 half-lives. So we've got 4 half-lives is 20 days. Divide both sides by 4. You get half-life is 20 divided by 4, 5 days for the half-life in that case. So it's just a case of correcting for that background count if needed. But that's unusual. Mostly you're going to be dealing with much more straightforward ones.